Good day guys. So what I am doing today is just a really short little video, and it is just comparing the new Apple iPhone 8 Plus case to the older, this is for the 6S Plus. However, the 7, the Apple iPhone 7 and 7 Plus both had the same type of case with this type of notch over there. As you can see, it's just flush as the same material as the rest of the case, and then has little knobblies on there. So when you press it, then you sort of pressing on that knobbly, and that then in turn presses on the button which is on your phone. However, with the new case, and this is the new iPhone 8 Plus case, and from the Apple Store, so it's original Apple. You can now see that they have these buttons, the shiny buttons there, which are the same color as the case. This seems to be like a hot pink color, and then the black would have the black buttons, brown would have the brown buttons, and so on. And mainly the cool thing with these is that once this is on your phone, can't show you now because I'm busy recording from my iPhone 8, but when this is on the phone and you press the buttons, it has a really smooth feel to it. And I'm a huge case fanatic for my phones, and well, I can show you guys. Yeah, so yeah, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Geez, like, these are all previous cases. Most of them were for the iPhone 6S Plus. So this is my previous phone, is a 6S Plus, and now I have the 8 Plus, and I eventually found that my main hiccup with the covers were the fact that the buttons were not fun to press. So with the standard iPhone case, it came like this, as I've shown you already. And then I bought this OtterBox case, which I paid quite a lot of money for, specifically because I could see on Amazon that it had these buttons on here. And I went ahead and I tested it, and while this is a really good case, especially because this glass doesn't fade, the color doesn't change, so with a clear case like this, this starts going yellow not too long after you buy it. And even the Tech 21 case that I bought, this, I don't know if you can see over there, but that also started fading into a yellowish color. But with the OtterBox, it does not do that, which is amazing. But those buttons just didn't cut it. Then I got this Tech 21 case, and as you can see, it's got the buttons in there, and it is like actual buttons. I hope you can see that over there. But even so, it wasn't ideal because it's as if these buttons can be angled. So sometimes you press it and it doesn't actually volume up or volume down, and also generally it clicks. So you can click, like you hear a clicking sound once you press the button, and sometimes it doesn't click back. So even though you have pressed the button and the volume has gone up or down, it's not clicking back, so it feels like it's a sticky button. However, nothing's happened to the case, so I know it is the way it is supposed to be, and I didn't like that very much. And then I kind of tried this Thule case. I'm a really big fan of Thule because of my cycling. So I had a Thule roof rack, and then that's how I got into them. And it's a really good brand. And they were selling these on Amazon for about maybe £3 or something silly like that. So I thought, may as well give it a shot. And the reason I got it is because it was open on the buttons. So then that way you wouldn't have to go through whatever material was on the case to press the button that was on your phone. And then that didn't really work just because it ended up being really deep. So for example, if I put that on, I don't know if you can see there, but it just wasn't quite user friendly when it came to pressing the buttons, because you have to like really get in there, both on the power side as well as on the volume up and down, and to mute and unmute. That was a bit tricky. So to unmute was nice and easy because it's coming from this side to that side, but then getting it back, you kind of really need to get your finger in there. And then the biggest disadvantage for me of this case was the way that the grooves are over here around the phone. It kind of works like a bowl. So dirt just goes in there. Any kind of sand, dirt, dust, it just bolts up in there so quick. Like you can't even believe it. It took me maybe a week and a half, and I took this case off and it was just all sorts of gunk around the side there. And it bothered me, especially because if it was sand, it could go ahead and like just scratch your phone, and not a big fan of my phones being scratched. But anyway, so long story short is I found this case, and it was Apple's case, and I didn't even know that they made this update. I hadn't seen it anyway, being mentioned anyway in an ad or anything, but I bought it, and just for the sake of it being an Apple case, and then as soon as I put it on the phone, then I noticed the buttons, and I was very pleasantly surprised. I've only been using this now for about a day, and I really like it. Great job, Apple. I'm a big fan. Might be my favorite case to date. So anyway, just thought I'd share that with you guys. If you like this, then go ahead and thumbs up. And if you want more content like this, then hit the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching. Cheers.